So this is another pajama and morning video.
Yeah,
We're both in
boring couple is
pajamas.
here.
Boring couple and a fly. There's a fly flying around. I'm gonna take
Yeah.
off my glasses.
I said in my short video, we're a boring couple. No alcohol, no cigarettes, no suspense and horror movies.
Just us
Just
talking about stuff.
cartoons and Moana, Barbie, whatever.
Anyway, this is our commentary today, but before we get into it, let me shut the door. We've got a chainsaw outside. But we have a website with all our channels if you're new to our channel. A lot of different topics, especially concerning the Philippines. It's beautifulbabylove.com.
Yeah.
What's that website?
The Filipina and the foreigner.
Oh, beautifulbabylove.com. That's what you're supposed to say. Find all our channels there. But anyway,
Yeah, I know.
today's thought as we're talking, it's about corruption. Corruption, I say. Corruption.
Oh, you
But-
surprised me with your topic, corruption, huh?
Yeah, but we're not talking about the Philippines.
Yeah, don't talk about Philippines.
We're
I
not
don't
talking
like
about
it.
the Philippines.
Yeah.
People
I have
watch
so
our
many
channel.
things. I have so many things to say about corruption in the Philippines.
No, we're
but-
not talking about that. No, nope. We're not talking about that. But corruption is because, like, when people have the topic of the Philippines, sometimes they bring that up in conversation, but we're not, because corruption is everywhere. And one thing that I just couldn't get past this morning, I was watching a news headline. I'll try to throw in some clips along the way, but maybe repeat them for emphasis. But in the United States, was it like literally a few years ago now? Hunter Biden, which is the son of President Biden, was, basically caught red-handed with all kinds of dastardly deeds on his computer and up against crime after crime after crime. And the president said, "No, I will never pardon my son. I'll just let it go through the justice process." And we have a clip of that.
I'm extremely proud of my son Hunter. He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know, and I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
After he said all that, of course, from my understanding, today, or hours ago, or however many hours ago, apparently, Hunter Biden, President Joe Biden's son, has now been pardoned by President Joe Biden. So even though his
How
own
can you
words,
convicted your son?
well, it's not about him convicting him. It's like the whole process of the government there in the United States was to take the process.
Don't
and
trust politician.
do justice, right? But
Never
then-
ever
and-
trust
and-
politician.
Well, the point is, see, him as a dad, the president as a dad said, "I will never pardon my son because I'm going to let justice do its thing and they will do the right thing." That's basically what he said in his little short speech. But now that he's leaving office, literally within a month or so, he
because
says,
he's
"I'm
scared
going to
with
pardon my
Trump."
son now." What do you think about that?
You know
Corruption.
No, he's not doing his job as a president, but he's doing his job as a dad. And you know what? Every parents, even if their children committed a crime, every parents always say, "My son has a good side," or "My children is a good kid," something like that. They always say that. But you know what? When you say "my son" or "my children are good," because you're parents, but of course outside your family and with the opinion of others, yeah, you can't avoid that when someone say, "Oh, that's terrible human being."
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's
I got-
always like that. Like even me, sometimes I can say that sometimes I'm a little bit harsh because I told him that you need to finish your studies because if you get married early, I will never buy milk and diaper for your kid.
Going off our topic. Our
Yes,
topic is
yes,
about corruption.
I know. No, I know. It's like You know what? Sometimes corruption. Okay, let's connect this to corruption thing. You know what? Sometimes corruption started at home.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see.
Yes.
You're going right back.
Yes,
So when
exactly.
Hunter Biden was a baby,
Corruption
and President
started at home.
President Biden was a lot younger, and it all started back then. What's he like? Maybe stealing corn from the fridge or something?
No, I'm not judging President Biden, but I guess I can understand what he's doing. Like, he didn't do the right thing as a president, but for him, the right thing to do as a father is pardon his son.
Okay,
Because
now
once he was convicted, I don't know if he will get out in prison once Donald Trump sit in the office.
okay, so now what about all the other parents? There's many, probably millions of parents
That's
in the
why
United States that
sometimes
have a similar thing,
no,
and
that's why sometimes
none of them are
justice
pardoned.
sometimes justice are not being served.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to interject again. If you'd like to check out some more of our topics, we sit and talk about a lot of things. We have a lot of different channels. It's beautifulbabylove.com. It's kind of like a directory of all our channels. We try to show a lot of different things. We talk about a lot of different things, but this is kind of a side event. I just seen it in the news, and I thought, hey, you know what? What does everybody think about that? Because I'm thinking about all those families that probably had a son like Biden's son Hunter, and you know they're having to deal with all the sadness of their family, what they're going through. But
Yeah.
even though President Biden said he's never going to pardon his son, he's going to let justice do its thing.
I'm extremely proud of my son Hunter. He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know, and I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Then at the last minute, when he's getting out of office, he pardons his son.
Yeah,
That
because
seems
you know
like
what?
ultimate corruption.
It's not also easy to be one of the children of the most powerful, you know, president in the world. Yeah, it's not easy because every eyes are into you. Yeah, so whatever you do, there's always critics. Yeah, even if you do good, but people always find faults at you. So it's not easy.
So you're defending corruption?
I'm not
I'm just
saying,
trying to figure
no,
it out.
I'm not saying like I'm defending about corruption. I'm saying like it's not easy also to be one to be the children of one of the most powerful. Yeah.
Okay. Now, in contrast, we'll just throw it in since we're doing this. President Trump coming in January, and I'm going to throw a clip of President Trump in the video too. He's promoting like things like the Bible and trying to live by basically the principles of the Bible and believes in the Bible. Here's a clip of that.
God bless the USA Bible, and it's just very important and very important to me. It's my favorite book. It's a lot of people's favorite book. This Bible is a reminder that the biggest thing we have to bring back America and to make America great again is our religion. Religion is so important. It's so missing, but it's going to come back, and it's going to come back strong, just like our country is going to come back strong. In the end, we do not answer to bureaucrats in Washington. We answer to God in heaven.
And guys, you know what? Just a few days ago, I told him that, you know what, Miss Universe just finished a few days ago. And you know what, based on my interpretation of his statement,
President Trump, you mean?
yes, President Trump, he said that he sent some congratulatory message to the Miss Universe organization that they did a great job for selecting a beautiful woman.
I think you're
Because
taking it in a wrong
Miss
way.
Denmark won the pageant, and all of the organization, like small organization here in the Philippines, and even some bloggers, they said, you know what, during President uh, Trump, when he owned Miss Universe, Philippines are not in the top 10, even the top 20. And now he's out because he sold the organization into a Thailander. Philippines is, oh,
So-
we even have two crowns, 2015 and 2018. Whoa!
Anyway,
I'm not saying I don't like President Trump. I'm not saying like that. But not all the entire his, I like. Like I like him being a believer of Christ and God. Yeah. Because that's one of the most important.
Yeah,
That's
he's-
one of the most
he's
important of being a leader.
per-
You need
very
to
proactive
you
towards
need
the
to
Bible.
love God. You need to love Jesus Christ. That's it. But not in all aspect I like him. Because I told him before, you know why I don't like Donald Trump? Because he has a lot of wives.
So did King David in the Bible.
No. But it doesn't
You don't
mean,
like King David
no,
either?
just listen to me. But I'm not saying he's not a good guy, and he's not a good president. I'm just saying, he has a lot of wives. That's it.
Anyway, so I'm not sure exactly what this video turned into. It started off corruption
Yes.
with President Biden and his son
Yeah,
Hunter
we're just
Biden. I just
talking
want to make
about,
a comparison. Yeah,
yeah.
so we're just having a
But
chat. really.
I like Donald Trump because of his belief.
God bless the USA Bible, and it's just very important and very important to me. I want to have a lot of people have it. You have to have it for your heart, for your soul. Many of you have never read them and don't know the liberties and rights you have as Americans and how you are being threatened to lose those rights. It's happening all the time. It's a very sad thing that's going on in our country, but we're going to get it turned around. Religion and Christianity are the biggest things missing from this country, and I truly believe that we need to bring them back, and we have to bring them back fast.
It's faith.
He has a strong stance
Yes.
on biblical principles. Whether, everybody, you can pick on everybody for making failures in life. Just look at the Bible. The Bible is full of people that God chose who had many, many failures, right? But they had the heart towards God. If you're going to pick on people, you can't really pick on them too much, because God chose people in the Bible who, there's failure after failure after
Yes.
failure in their
Because
lives.
God
But they had a
did
heart
that-
for God.
Because God did that because of because of his love towards people. Like, he didn't care if you are he chose the sinner. Yeah, just because to show us that he's forgiving. Yeah, and then he doesn't like arrogant who brag that they're perfect. No, it's not like that. Yeah.
So, we're going to conclude our video about corruption. We went off on everything.
In conclusion, even if you're a parent, when you know that your children involved in a crime, you need to punish them. It's because it's for their own good, because you forgive them, you pardon them, and there's no guarantee that they will not do it again in other way. Yeah. You need to
Very deep
let them
spiritual
realize,
thought from
you need to
Filipina.
let them realize that they're doing the bad things. Yeah.
There's a very interesting scripture that just came to mind based on what things you're saying there. I can't even remember all the names. People who know the story better than me in the Bible, put it in the comments. But as in the Old Testament, this guy, one of God's prophets, he had a couple of sons, and it's something like God said he didn't really correct them correctly, like you're saying, right? He didn't.
Who?
I can't remember his name, but it's a prophet in the Old Testament.
The prophet in
He
the
didn't correct his
no,
sons.
the teacher of Samuel.
Anyway,
Because he didn't
just
correct.
Let me explain my story. If someone else can give us the
No,
right,
I'm
I don't want to
asking
give
who
the
is the
wrong.
prophet.
I can't
Yeah.
remember. Everybody got to go look it up, but it's there.
But
can
I
tell
guess
you.
I'm correct. The
Can you let me
teacher
finish
of
my
Samuel.
story? Anyway,
I don't know the name.
there's a prophet guy in the Old Testament, and he didn't do the correction for his sons like he was supposed to, and it says he was rocking in a rocking chair, and he fell over backwards and died, and it says like that was God's punishment because he did not correct his sons. That's a
Oh.
harsh punishment,
Oh,
but
maybe
it's
I'm
there in the
not.
Bible. You can go look it up and find it.
Maybe
Maybe if I can
I'm,
find it,
I
I can
am
post it
wrong.
in the comments or something. But it's there somewhere. I just forget who it was,
Yeah,
but I
it's-
can look it up and find
It's
it.
a different story because.
But it goes along with what you're saying about making sure you correct
Yeah.
your children and,
Yeah,
and try to
because-
get them going according to biblical principles.
Yeah,
try to
because,
keep them on the right path.
That teacher of Prophet Samuel, like instead of his success, he's expecting that his successor will be one of his family, but God chose Samuel because
Yeah, well, I don't think it's Samuel though.
his children, didn't follow what God's way. Yeah, that's why I think his family was cursed.
Thoughts to think about. We started off with corruption, and we ended up with spiritual thoughts. You'll get it all right
You
here.
don't have script here. That's why my thoughts is kind of nowhere. But anyway, it's always like that. Like he throw me some topics and then I do my own segue.
Own analysis.
Sometimes it's not connected to the topic. Yeah, but yeah, I will stand my grounds that corruption begins at home.
Or it should be stopped at home. Probably a
Yes,
better way to say
begins at
it.
home.
Corruption should be stopped at home.
Mhm.
Not begins, but should be stopped at home. I think that's what you mean, right?
Yeah, because you know what? Even kids, like when they want something, you always okay, do this and I will give you a reward. That's a bribe. So bribery,
Right.
yes, bribery, and then starting everything is there. It begins at home, and we don't realize that because for us it's a
Sometimes
good
it's
thing.
just a reward for doing something good. I don't agree there's always a bribe.
No,
Sometimes I think it's a
no,
reward
some
for doing
things-
good and it's an accomplishment.
No.
I disagree with you
No,
there.
No, because like you in the at home you like just like for example in our home, like my parents always give us daily routine. Yeah, it's always daily routine, and we follow the routine without a mess. And then I can say that my mom didn't bribe us because if we don't follow that, we have punishment. But some parents, in order for them to the children will follow them, they will give something. Yeah. Okay. You do this, and I will give you this one. That's a bribery.
Well, I think it's just encouraging a work ethic too. We have
Yeah,
different
that's why-
opinions on
yeah,
this.
that's why we don't realize that it's a form of bribery. Yeah, because we think
Well,
that it's
not
a good
necessarily.
thing. But that is not one time only. We did that all the time, so that is not good for the kid. Okay, I will not do this without a reward.
It's also encouraging them to work
No.
because it's like when you get older, it's the same thing, right? You work, you get paid.
No.
You work, you get paid, and then you're saying, okay, this is kind of like it is when you get older. You do a good job, and you'll get paid for it.
No.
So it's like that's why I disagree with you on that
Mm.
opinion. We got to end the video, Mahal.
Yes. It's a long video. Anyway, please visit our website, beautifulbibelove.com, and don't forget to like and subscribe all our channel there.
Yeah, please
Yes, and God bless
do.
you.
God bless you.
What can we do? Stand up, speak out, and pray that God will bless America again. Pray, get educated, get motivated, and stand with me and the legions of Americans asking God to bless our great nation, to bring our great nation back.